on WJZZ, Cool TV, the coolest station in the world. You're watching us live. And hello to my beautiful Facebook followers. Thank you for hanging out with me. This is the thing. We're about to have a good time. Yes, we are. We're about to have a good time. My brother Philandis, I love you. Thank you for tuning in. And let me fix my clothes a little bit. All right. So I have a bunch of beautiful information for you. But let me just finish by taking a deep breath because it's been quite a wonderful day. It's been a jazz filled day, to say the least. Today we have a wonderful show. It's just you, I, and the story of the amazing Sarah Vaughan. So, again, you are watching the Preservation of Jazz Hour live streaming on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter, and other top social media platforms. Please like, follow, share, comment, and subscribe. Thank you for watching WJZZ TV, the coolest station in the world. And we really mean that, you know? So let's see. Sarah Vaughan. Sarah Vaughan is our topic today. All things Sarah. Well, let's talk about the up and coming events that's going on in the city of Detroit. Well, yesterday we had our first Satin Doll review with our new cast, with the exception of Thornetta, because she's on doing she's out of town on some doing a concert, which is so amazing to have such an all-star cast in this show. It's really amazing. I'm gonna put this here because we'll put that there. It's such a cool thing to have all of my favorite women on one show because it dispels the urban legend or the rumors around the streets that black women can't get along together. On the contrary, we all had a wonderful time, and I felt, because I am the producer of the show, I felt I didn't want to have too much fun, but I felt like a kid. I was doing the MC Hammer dance, and I was smiling from ear to ear, listening to Nina Simone Neil perform or practice, rehearse This Bitter Earth. I was in tears. Seeing Kimmy Horn, as we all know, Kimmy Horn is one of the best entertainers in the world, and we have her right here at home. To see how humble and how childlike she was and she is with the approach of channeling Sarah Vaughan. Now, I'm having a difficult time with the word channeling, so I'm going to have to really meditate on that word because we are definitely portraying these characters. And I'm not sure if channeling is bringing a certain deity into the situation, so I'm going to have to do some more research on that. But so I won't use the word channeling, but I will use the word performing or portraying. That's the word I'll use. And I'll make a note of it. That we are portraying the characters or the singers of our time. So people might ask, well, why aren't you doing your stuff? Well, this is the thing. It's a time for that. It's a time for all of that. But right now, my focus is the Preservation of Jazz Hour because we are really in need of that. But I have to tell you this lesson that I learned, and I owe the hip hop community a big. I just want to get right into my apology. I owe the hip hop community an apology. I was talking to Vito, and I owe a big apology because when I was coming up, we had our music. I was an odd uh, female, so I was still into Stevie Wonder and those sorts of things. But there was times in my life or in social circles that I felt that I had to oblige the crowd, and I would, because I was such a great dancer. That I would do like the Sharky machine, and I could throw my leg up, and I had this hourglass figure, and I was so excited about being in my body that I was just, you know, I was just flaunting and having a wonderful time with it. And then fast forward, we get older, and then we just change. We get married, we have children, we have grandchildren. So I owe the hip hop community an apology because I've been calling the music terrible things, and I never really take that. I never will. I try not to take that approach when it comes to music, and I try to appreciate music in its whole totality. But I think after my stepdaughter came over for dinner the other night, and she had me mesmerized with all of these amazing hip hop artists. And they were talking about love, and but they were talking about love in their language. And so I owe a great deal of artists an apology because it's never my intent to burn bridges or make people feel uncomfortable or make the women feel uncomfortable. I just, of course, I have my opinions about modest wear now. That when you make it to a certain stature, that you don't have to dance on a stripper pole. I was a dancer. When I knew better, I did better. So of course, I don't understand. Way back in the day, I used to dance. Yes, for 7 years, I shook my butt on a pole, um, and I was good at it. I'm glad that we didn't have Instagram, and I'm glad that we didn't have all the things that we have now because I could bow out of it gracefully, repent, and do all the things that does, and come out it unscathed. Unfortunately, unfortunately, that's not the case for our youth. But I apologize for thinking that because I'm doing the preservation of jazz hour that I'm better than what is currently out here. Now, with that being said, we still have to do better with our content. We still have to. But I, as a musician, can't make what I'm doing on a higher pedestal. That we can talk to each other and have our opinions, but our opinions have to be like you can't put salt in the cake. You can't do that. So if I'm trying to make a cake of music, then I apologize for any wrongdoing or in my language. And the preservation of jazz hour is to also promote jazz and keep that in the forefront as well as to appreciate other musicians in the hip hop community, rock, country, classical, and so on and so on and so on. So, lesson learned. Thank you, Deja, for schooling your stepmom on just we just sat and we listened to music, and it was a lot of cursing in the music and all that, and I thought it was just so beautiful that my stepdaughter, which to me, I do that. I say stepdaughter out of respect of her mother, because she only has one mother, and I am the stepmother. But that's my baby, so I just do that in due respect. But we sat and we listen to Little Dirk. We listen to Chris Brown. We listen to um, I don't need to. I forgot her name, but I think she's with Big Sean. It's Big Sean's woman. And we listen to a plethora of hip hop, and I just and she was so it was so nice that she was trying to cover. I know about curse words, even though I choose not to use it in my vocabulary. I've been known to say a few in my time, and I can go there if I have to. Uh, and I just choose not to. After 50 years of being on the earth, you just learn other words to say. But I still got, I still got muscles. So, but we learn how to utilize other words. So I just want to say that again and again. That thank you, Deja, for schooling your stepmom on some other music, and I was very impressed. Lil Durk had he has his hot honey, and they were doing. He has his songs. He love her. They're that young love, and they have that young love. And Chris Campbell had did a post on an amazing couple, but I didn't write a note of it, so I'm going to just go ahead and sign in to that so I can give you a little more of what I saw on that. And we're also always going to talk about on Wednesday night after this. I wasn't here last Wednesday, so there was a rerun, and it was nice. But the Wednesday before that, we went to Wednesday at the Jazz Cafe, and it was beautiful. And they treated me like I was a celebrity, even though it was a sold out room. The young lady said it was sold out, and I was saying that I was a friend of Gwen. She's a mentor, and they treated us so well. And we had free drinks, and my big brother was with me, and he's so beautiful. My husband is beautiful, and my brother, all my brothers are beautiful. My sister is gorgeous, my on my husband's side, and so it was nice being escorted by my husband and my brother-in-law, and then we got lots of love from Gwen. It was nice. So I just wanna tap into my own Facebook. So that's what we're talking about today. So we did the apology. So let's talk about. Uh, I don't want to do that because I don't know my actual password for that. So that's okay. That's okay. That's okay. We're gonna go to Chris Campbell's page because I really. It's just he had discussed Chris Campbell. Mm. Okay, that's not gonna happen either. That's fine. I'll be ready. I'll be ready next time. But he had this. Oh, I know what I can do. I can Google it. Anyway, I'll come back to that because we're on Facebook live on my page, Sky Covington, and I just want to say I thank everyone for following me. It's been very inspiring, and I've been very inspired because I have now. Some people have 60,000 to 2 million, but I'm so grateful for the 3,200, maybe 100 people that have that follow me because now I understand how Facebook works. So I just want to say thank you for that, and I want to say that, this is it my 2 year anniversary or my 1 year anniversary? I think this is my two, I think so. Maybe my, I don't know. I think it's my, I think it's my 1 year anniversary today. It's my 1 year. Or is it my two? It just feels like I've been here and a part of the family forever. So, happy anniversary to me. I think because we're trying to do such a great job. I didn't get a cake or anything, but the love that I get, um, the love that we give each other here is so amazing. So I'm so grateful. So happy anniversary to us for the Preservation of Jazz Hour. I apologize that I don't know if I've been here 1 or 2 years. It feels like a lifetime, but this is definitely, if today is October the 27th, then my first day was October the 28th. I do remember that. So, yep, this is it. Okay, so that's that. And so now, yeah, hello, Teddy Easter. Welcome to the Preservation of Jazz Hour, and welcome you all to the Preservation of Jazz Hour, where we just want to talk about jazz. I also want to give a shout out to Dawn E. Webb. She has a show called Jazz Cats, and Natasha Owens, and all of our family here at WJZZ Cool TV and WDDS. Yes, yes. We are all a family, and we are in the business of getting the information out of just getting the information. Yeah, we're in that business. So I just want to go through my notes and make sure that I'm not missing anything. So again, the Preservation of Jazz Hour, everyone. If you can see this, if you can see this, the Preservation of Jazz Hour, Out of the Mouth of Jazz Music series, Satin Down Review Encore Performance. If you were there September the 30th, then you know there was standing room only. You know this, and then people were a little upset with me because I did not pick a larger venue. That's champagne problems, correct? Oh, Sky, oh, you should have picked a bigger venue. Hello? That is, yeah, I should have did that. But who knew? Now we did know. We did know. I knew because it was a sold out show when we were at the Tangent before COVID hit. And Isaac Robinson, rest his soul, was our sponsor. I also want to give a shout out to Marty Rickard for the photos. You can also go to skycovington.net to see all the rest of the goodness, all of our calendar dates. We are also working on a film that we will be presenting to a few people. So yeah, this is great. So November the 11th, showtime is at 8:30. And another thing that we're adding to the show, we're going to have the exhibit. Because when you come in at 7, from 7 to 8:30, what are you going to do? You're going to have a cocktail, you're going to wait for the show, and you're going to be anticipating all of this love, and we wanted to entertain you, so we will definitely have and feature 3 artists: Debbie LaPratt, Calibri Harris, and Nathan Spratt. And they're gonna have some art for us from 7, and well, even for the break, you can go after the intermission and see of the art and buy some cocktails. I'm selling my CD because a lot of people don't really like to like to buy CDs now, but I'm still selling them if you like it. And my CDs are only $5. So yeah, we're going to be doing that. We have our script here. It's so beautiful, and it's so amazing to be a part of this incredible time. All right. So, what's in the news? What is in the news? It's a lot of things going on. So let's go to one of my favorite sites, and let's talk about a little bit of what's going on together. Let's learn together. Phases, the new album of Manu Kojia Giuseppe Masaichi and ooh, I'm oh my goodness. I don't, this is some German. Okay. The new album of Manu Gachia Kasupi Malinchi and Levin Vinkin on Hype Note Records. Okay. Uh, oh God, I gotta say his name right. Giusseppe. Millaci, an industrialist bassist and the founder of Hype Note Records, who has become the driving force in the Belgian jazz scene, gets to showcase his proficient, proficiency as both a delicately pertinent accompaniment, oh, accompany, accompany, shoot me down. Accompanist, excuse me. I am totally tongue tied right now, and a singing soloist. On the drums, colorfully expressive and unrelenting. Buoyantly spurs on electrifying riffs and fiery solos from the very versatile but instantly recognizably Manu Kojia, now a household name of European jazz. Woo. Three exceptional musicians from different backgrounds meeting at the crossroads. Well, let me tell you this. If they're watching, I apologize because that's something that I'm going to have to definitely get my interpretation, and I'm going to have to let you all know that I apologize for that. But let's play it anyway. Maybe it'll help me. Manu, yeah, we're going to learn his name. I'm going to say his name right. So I do apologize for that. beautiful. Yes, it's so beautiful. I definitely have to get the names right. All right. So let me tell you, it's called Phases, the new album of Manucod Kojia, Gi Giuseppe Malisi, and Levin Vitkin on Hype Note Records. Okay, so yeah, let's check that out. That is so beautiful. And again, I'm going to do better. I'm going to do better in getting the names correctly because I know that is just not a good look for one jazz musician to the next. So I do apologize for that. But let's move on. Okay, let's move on. And I'm going to, all right, and I'm going to read it before I say it. How about that? Okay, Fira B will hold 34 concerts and 18 stage performances from November the 11th to 14th in Palma. All right, and that is sounds so good. Let's see what that's about. Very unique. Okay. Okay, Downtown Premier Jazz Club, the Django, hosts the return of weekly Mingus Big Band residency. Downtown Manhattan's premier jazz club, the Django, announced today a new showcase for the music of legendary composer, bassist, band leader Charles Mingus. Starting in October, Jazz Workshops, the Mingus organization, revived its weekly celebration at the Django with Tuesday night appearances by the Grammy Award winning Mingus Big Band. The eclectic Mingus Orchestra will also feature in December. This new extended engagement marks the return of an essential cultural institution of artistic strongholds in New York City's musical community. They are thrilled. We are too. We are definitely thrilled. Okay, let's see here. All right, for your Grammy consideration, Old Friends, New Brews by Under the Lake. Hot off the success of their 2020 smoothjazz.com top 100 release, Your Horizon 2 Under the Lake released their current collection of 11 all new original tracks entitled Old Friends. New grooves in July on the Mind and Overdrive label, bassist Nathan Brown, drummer Richard Sellers, guitarist Patrick Yandall, and saxophonist Quentin Gerard W. joined keyboardist composer Jason Tip again for this effort recorded during the COVID shutdown. So it's a lot of wonderful things. You know, this is the Grammys time right now. Another Grammy consideration: the Blueprints feature two. Oh, excuse me, Blueprints figure two new designs by Marcus Rutz. Excuse me. Congratulations. We also have our very own Brandon Williams on a Grammy with a Grammy consideration as well. What's going on in the city? It's 6:29 and let's talk about it. Woodbridge Pub every Sunday night. Let's go to Baker's Keyboard Lounge and see what's going on there. Baker's Keyboard Lounge. I do know that Galen performs on Galen performs on Friday. I know that. There's no website here. So intimate 99 sit room with Art Deco furnishings and soul food featuring live jazz since 1934. They Sunday, I know Sax Appeal is playing. You have to go check that out. Cliff Bales, you know where Cliff Bales is. 2030 Park Avenue. Swanky restored Art Deco clubs serves creative eclectic fare with live jazz on stage nightly. All right. On Tuesday, you can find Scott Grinnell's orchestra. He's doing a fantastic job there. I think the tickets are like $5. There's a Sunday jam on at the Jazz Cafe as well, so you can go hang out there as well. And let's see here. You know we have Mandy's in Hamtramck, Jazz on the Grass. Yeah, all right. Michigan Jazz Festival, WWWJZZ Detroit Radio. You know, so you know you can always tune in and hear music 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. All right, Duels. Remember Duels Restaurant and Lounge in Southfield and Cola Restaurant Ultra Lounge in Farmington Hills. Okay. All right. So we just want to keep everything going in jazz, all things jazz. Okay. So we talked about the apology. We talked about um, some. I got some names wrong, which I'll make up for that. We talked about a few Grammy considerations. And how are you? How are you doing? What music are you listening to? Call in at 313-355-6018 and let me know what kind of music you're listening to as it pertains to jazz and get two free tickets to the Aretha Franklin's Jazz Cafe, November the 11th, and let's talk a little bit. So it's 6:34, and I love Sarah Vaughan, and I'm so excited about who's going to be playing Sarah Vaughan, ladies and gentlemen, the amazing Kimmy Horn. So, nicknamed Sassy and the Divine One, she won 4 Grammy Awards, including the Lifetime Achievement Award. She was given the NEA Jazz Masters Award in 1989. Critic Scott Yanu wrote that she had one of the most wondrous voices of the 20th century. Vaughn was born in Newark, New Jersey, to Asbury Jake Vaughn, a carpenter who a carpenter by trade who played guitar and piano, and Ada Vaughn, a laundress who sang in the choir. Migrants of migrants from Virginia, the Vaughns lived in a house on Burnswick Street in Newark for Vaughn's entire childhood. Jake was deeply religious. The family was active in the new Mount Zion Baptist Church at 186 Thomas Street. Vaughn began piano lessons at the age of 7, sang in the church choir, and played piano for rehearsals and services. She developed an early love for popular music on records and the radio. In the 1930s, she frequently saw local and touring bands at the Montgomery Street skating rink. By her mid-teens, she began venturing illegally into Newark's nightclubs and performing as a pianist and singer at the Piccadilly Club in the Newark airport. Vaughn attended East Side High School, then transferred to Newark Arts High School, which opened in 1931. As her nocturnal adventures as a performer overwhelmed her academic pursuits, she dropped out of high school during her junior year to concentrate on music. 1942, 1943, early career. Bond was frequently accompanied by her friend Doris Robinson on her trips into New York City. In the fall of 1942, by the time she was 18 years old, Bond suggested that Robinson enter the Apollo Theater Amateur Night Contest. Bond played piano accompaniment for Robinson, who won second prize. Bond later decided to go back to compete as a singer herself. She sang Body and Soul and won. Although the date of her victorious performance is uncertain, the prize, as Bond recalled to Marion McPartland, was $10 and the promise of a week's engagement at the Apollo. On November the 20th, 1942, she returned onto the Apollo to open for the amazing Ella Fitzgerald. During her week of performances at the Apollo, Vaughn was introduced to the bandleader and pianist Earl Hines. Although the details of that introduction are disputed, Billy Eckstine, Hines' singer at the time, has been credited by Vaughn and others with hearing her at the Apollo and recommending her to Hines. Hines claims later to have discovered her himself and offered her a job on the spot. After a brief tryout at the Apollo, Hines replaced his female singer with Bond on April 4th, 1943. 1943 through 44. Bond spent the remainder of 1943 and part of 1944 touring the country with the Earl Hines Big Band, which featured Billy Eckstine. She was hired as a pianist so Hines could hire her under the jurisdiction of the Musicians Union, American Federation of Musicians, rather than the Singers Union, American Guild of Variety Artists. But after Cliff Smalls joined the band as a trombonist and piano, her duties were limited to singing. The Earl Hines Band in this period is remembered as an incubator of bebop, as it included trumpeter Dizzy Gillespie, saxophonist Charlie Parker, playing tenor saxophone rather than alto, and trombonist Benny Green. Gillespie arranged for the band, although the contemporary recording banned by the Musicians Union meant that no commercial recording exists. Eckstine quit the Hines Band in late 1943 and formed a band with Gillespie. Leaving Hines to become the band's musical director, Parker joined Eckstine. And over the next few years, the band included Gene Ammons, Art Blakey, Miles Davis, Kenny Dorham, Dexter Gordon, and Lucky Thompson. Vaughn accepted Eckstine's invitation to join his band in 1944, giving her the opportunity to record for the first time on December 5th, 1944, on the song I'll Wait and Pray for a Deluxe. Critics and producers Leonard Feather asked her to record later that month for Continental with a semtet that included Dizzy Gillespie and Georgie Auld. She left the Eckstine Band in the late 1944 to pursue a solo career, although she remained close to Eckstine and recorded with him frequently. Pianist John Malecki is credited with giving Bond her moniker, Sassy, a nickname that matched her personality. She liked it and the name and its shortened variant SAS stuck with colleagues and the press. In written communication, Bond often spelled it SASSIE. So when you think of Sarah Vaughn, you have to understand when she did Misty live in Sweden in 1964. That's the best of the best of the best.
Today I got to do TV. I got a cold. That's fine. But anyway, I do hope that you are enjoying our show. And right now I'd like to do a little tune that I recorded while I was over here in, not in Stockholm, but while I was in Paris in 58. Tune that was written by Earl Garner. I do hope you enjoy Misty.
This tune here is Mercury Records 1964
I'm sorry I don't
Misty.
speak your
And by the
language.
way, you are watching the Preservation of Jazz Hour.
Good. Taxamica? Huh? Good. Look at me. I'm as helpless as a kitten up a tree. Feel like I'm clinging to a cloud I can't understand. I get misty just holding your hand. Walk my way and 1,000 violins begin to play. Might be the sound of your hello, that music I hear. I get misty the moment you're near. You can see that you are leading me on, and it's just what I want you to do. Don't you notice how hopelessly I'm lost? That's who I'm following you on my own. Would I wander through this wonderland alone? Never knowing my right foot from my left, my hat from my glove. I'm too misty and too much in love. You can see that you're leading me on, and it's just what I want you to do.
I want you more.
Don't you notice how
I'm not
hopelessly
gonna play the whole thing. You have to go and listen to the rest, okay? But you hear the well. Last night we were discussing Sarah Vaughan and Kimmy Horn. Remember is playing Sarah Vaughan, and I was trying to describe her in all my glee, and just me not taking a breath of just being in the moment, but just being all on top of it, just being so happy that hearing Kimmy Horn perform Sarah Bond it was just making me happy. I was just all over being just happy. But this was recorded in 1964. So let's hop around a little bit. Let's go to the 64 when this was created, because I tell you, I have the whole her whole bio, and this is of the bio from Wikipedia. Um, but I want to just skip to that. Let's see here. So the exit of Treadwell from Bond's life was precipitated by the entry of Clyde C.B. Atkins, a man of uncertain backgrounds who she had met in Chicago and married on September 1959. Although Atkins had no experience in artist management um, or music, Bond wished to have a mixed professional and personal relationship like the one, yes, like the one she had with Treadwell. She made Atkins her manager, although she was still feeling the sting of problems she had with Treadwell, and it initially kept a closer eye on Atkins. Bond and Atkins moved into a house in Englewood, New Jersey. Okay, so it's just so much to talk about, and we don't have that much time. So, do me a favor, go check out Sarah Bond's bio. But better yet, also do me a favor and see the show. I am going to stream the show live, because it's just going to be a shame that people from over the world won't be able to see the show. So I'm working on getting the show a live stream. But I want you all to understand something about jazz, a lot of the jazz artists and the bios and everything. Our show, my show, is not about the drugs, and the part uh, with how they were with their mates. Because honestly, it doesn't. It has a lot to do with the day and day makeup of inspiration. But for us as the public, I don't know where we started caring about how people live their lives. It's like you get a gift, and then you, if the gift doesn't fit into a box that we have collected through images and programming, that then that artist is not great anymore. Well, let me tell you, every single person in the jazz community that I know, or in the music community that I know, everybody's going to have a situation. The bank teller probably have a few skeletons in their closet too. So, can we work on this together as a community, a music community, to not concentrate so much on what a person had to do to get you that gift? Let's try that, because the Satin Down initially, uh, you'll see excerpts of things that you may envision, or things that you think that person is throughout the show. You know, you want to know the backstory, how Tasha Owens does Etta James. You want to know if that's personal. You want to know if when I do Billie Holiday, how did I, you want to know all these nuances. But if you try to figure out all the time about what fueled that person, then you're gonna miss out on how what the fuel is. God made flowers. We smell the flower. We don't examine what God had to do to make that flower. We just don't do that. But it's programming, and I get that. But let me share this with you. You this I'm gonna read. I'm gonna read this whole bio, and I got it from Wikipedia. I'm gonna sit down and read it again and again. Um, I'm inspired by her story, but her story doesn't shy me away from her music. In fact, I'm proud of my sisters who, in spite of everything, racism, abusive relationships, drug, alcohol, diet pills, weight loss, all those things, that you still get up and sweat in front of thousands of people and sing these songs. And these songs make us want to be better people, make us want to go back and say, I'm sorry. It makes us want to remember. We remember our grandmother's house. We remember sitting at the table. We remember the children's table. We remember carving the turkey. We remember these things. And that's music. And to place people that has given you so many gifts based on if they smoked a reefer or not, it's just selfish. And it's not. It's just uncouth for us to just concentrate solely on all the time what our artists had to do before they gave you a gift. So I'm not being an auntie, but I'm just saying, yes, we all go through something to get us to that place. Some people died early just so we could have a song. Just so we could have a song. And which Sarah Vaughan, she lived a pretty long life. March 27th, 1924 till April 3rd, 1990. She made it. She made it to another birthday. It would be her last one, but she made it to another birthday. So, I need to wrap it up. I got about two minutes. You are watching the Preservation of Jazz Hour. I am your hostess, Sky Covington, and I am very, very, extremely grateful to just sit here and have a conversation with you. Yes, I have special guests. Sometimes they can't make it, but my show is for me to come to you and for us to have a discussion. I know you're listening, and I know that you understand what I'm saying, and I know that you're here with me, and I know that you're going to tune in next week, and I know that you are going to like, follow, share, and comment, and I know you're going to go to YouTube because I love all. They're all my favorite. But yeah, give us a little howdy, howdy, wowdy, hello, yowdy, and let's keep inspiring each other to do the best we can. Let it be through jazz, being an artist. Let it be through being a parent. Let it be through being a hip hop artist. Let's achieve our best. Let's love one another while we're doing it. Let's understand that no one is perfect here in this life, but the music that we put together to record our experiences is the best thing that we can do for ourselves and for our loved ones. Let's remember jazz, and let's keep the preservation of jazz going and moving and stretching us and giving us ideas and giving us goals. Let's move and shake the world with just our appreciation for music, and let's just be grand with it. Again, you're watching the Preservation of Jazz Hour. This is my time. I love you. I appreciate you. And good night.